Hello everyone, JRDeal96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Markiplier video, and it's another Markiplier related animation from the lovely Sir Walter Underbridge. Now the last one we saw was episode 1 of the sequel to Bob's Fridge, where Bob moved the fridge that he initially got from the original story down into the basement because the basement fridge just stopped working, and they were going to put a new fridge in their kitchen. So they go to a Best Buy-like store and they get a pre-owned fridge for $1,000 off. And everything goes great initially. But after a while, the fridge that they got stopped working entirely. So Bob calls them up and says, hey, I need a new fridge because this fridge that I got from you guys just stopped working. And then the guy on the phone goes, okay, we'll pick it up and then we'll send you a new fridge by Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving was coming up and he obviously needed a new fridge before Thanksgiving. Fast forward to the day that they were getting rid of that fridge. He answered the door and the guy goes, oh, we're here to pick up a fridge. And then Bob goes, and then getting a new fridge put in. And then the guy goes, oh, wait. And then has to look through his paperwork. And that's where the initial episode ended. So I have a bad feeling Bob is not going to like the answer he's going to be given by this guy here. So what is that answer? Let's find out. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
Yes. All right. Hey, what's up? And the guy's like, all right, so we're taking away a fridge today, right? And I look at him and I'm like, yep, and putting the new one in, right? And he looks and does that thing where he's like, and immediately, sense of dread, the dam is...
Oh, no.
I am washed away in an eternal river of sadness. Fuck it. And he looks right at me and he's like, no, we're just taking it.
Oh.
There's like another truck or something. And he could tell I was immediately just on the verge of screaming. And I think just to avoid me getting mad at him, he was like, oh, yeah. No, they do that. Probably a different truck, not us truck. We'll just take the fridge and be out of here. And I was like, okay, well, man, I should probably call and check on that. You have a number I could call? And he gives me the number and I call. And while they're taking the fridge, I'm like on the phone with the customer support people, getting increasingly enraged. And the conclusion from the phone people is, oh, so no, sir, we just have a return on the books for you today. We're just taking that back and we're going to just issue you a refund, right? And I was like, no. In fact, very explicitly no. Is there a recording of my phone call that I had for several hours with that gentleman who promised me a new fridge? And apparently there is. And apparently the recording and some information was sent to some manager somewhere who's not going to do a fucking thing about it. While I'm on the phone and this is happening, and I'm literally like, I had to get out like my
Why does he have eyes
voice.
coked up like Tony
at one
Khan?
point, she was like, yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do, you know, but I don't think we can get you a fridge before Thanksgiving. I would say just go back to the store and do like a new order. And I was like, that is unacceptable. This is not an outcome that works for us. Thanksgiving, you know Thanksgiving? You remember? Food, fridge, company, all that shit? And she was like, oh yeah, I've got lots of food in my fridge at home waiting for my company to come in. I was like, yeah, no, I'm familiar.
Oh,
and
shit.
like, I didn't actually scream at that lady because it wasn't her fault explicitly, but man, was she completely useless. And while this was happening, the delivery guys were quietly sneaking the fridge out the door, taking it, and they have it all loaded up on the truck, and I'm still on the phone. And at one point, he comes in and he's like, "Sir, do you want to talk to you?" And I'm like, and she just starts talking, and I'm like, "Hang on, talk on the phone." And they're like in the act of trying to sneak away, like the Lowe's delivery guys did.
Yeah.
Come out the door because I'm finally free. I'm like,
wait a minute.
What did you want? And he's like, sir, I just wanted to make sure that you know this was not our fault.
No.
At which point I was like, man, you should have really just snuck away and not said a fucking word, huh? I don't know. I've worked at restaurants, and I get it that you don't want people to be mad at you. Every fucking step of the way, the guys who were at the house this morning were like, oh man, we don't have a fridge. Not our fault. We don't load the truck. We're sorry about that, but we didn't do it. Shut up. I don't think it's your fault, but you're the one who's here representing the fault. So, and I didn't even yell at them. I just got so quiet that I think I scared them away again, like I did with the first guys. Anyway, they left. Before 7, they were gone. Like the shadows at noon. That's fucking something. I don't know.
Like the shadows that Gandalf chased away when he came at the light of the first dawn.
Sure.
The two towers, you remember when
Yeah.
he came down the hill all... "Oh!"
They looked to the east on the light of the third day, and yeah, there he was.
Gone like my hair at 28.
And Pippin was like, "Do they have a fridge with them?" No, they don't. They fucking don't. Got no fridges anywhere. Anyway, they're gone.
You know, at a fridge, the guy, the chancellor, whatever, the chaplain, the guy on the throne eating his tomatoes. Where do you think he got them from?
Palpatine.
Yeah. Palpatine, when he was eating tomatoes on the Death Star.
Oh my god.
Vader, I prefer them fried.
I remember that movie very explicitly. I remember.
I'll have a Waldorf salad.
Yeah, no, I love those movies. That's a great franchise.
Young Skywalker, after lunch.
The beacons of Gondor are lit.
Riders of Rohan.
Rohan will answer the call.
Yoda?
I don't have Yoda, okay? I'm just trying to play along, but
I thought that was Smeagol and Yoda as like one.
Smeagoda?
Smeagoda.
My precious you are.
survive in under 48 hours.
Okay, so that was the second episode of Bob's Fridge 2. So unfortunately, they were only there to pick up the broken fridge and not put in a new one. Even though there's probably a phone recording of Bob's conversation with this guy where the guy clearly states, "We'll be giving you a new fridge by Thanksgiving." Bob was losing his mind. What pissed him off so much was when the guy goes, "I just want to let you know that this is not our fault." And Bob's like, "Oh, maybe you should just snuck away and not got my attention." Bob's hair was turning into the horns of a bull. And then they started making references to Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and everything. Now, I don't remember if he got a new fridge before Thanksgiving. I hope he did, because if he didn't, man, that would suck. Like, I swear, I think Bob just has bad luck when it comes to refrigerators. So Bob hasn't had the best luck when it comes to fridges, Wade hasn't had the best luck when it comes to veterinarians, and Mark hasn't had the best luck when it comes to pharmacies. I love the bit where Bob grabs the phone lady out of the phone screen and pulls the roof off his house to show him the Thanksgiving table. I was like, oh my god. That part was pretty funny. But overall, that was a really, really fun animation. So if you want to see more animations from Sir Walter Underbridge, a link to his channel will be in the description. And if you do go to his YouTube channel, you can also find a link to his Patreon. And if you want to become a Patreon supporter like I am, you can go do that if you want. Overall, that was a really fun animation from the lovely Sir Walter Underbridge. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram because I make collabs with Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, myself, Irish and Actress Cosplays on there, so go check it out. And be sure to check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.